Hi guys, how we doing tonight? It's good to see you all. Look at all these people right here. Holy smokes, 60 people. Wow. Well, it's good to see you guys too. Monday. Not the best day on the market. It is what it is. We know what we're doing. We know why we're here. We know why it sucks. And we are hopefully here because, I am. And I believe most of you guys are here because you believe it'll turn around just like I do. So we're going to do this. It's great time to scalp up right now, by the way. I was able to, I had somebody give me a little nice money today. And so I'm going to be buying some massive shares of GTII tomorrow at this price because you better believe it. This is the but we'll talk about that in a minute. Let me go through. Who was number one today? Vinman number one, Lamar second, almost there, buddy. Fernando third, and also welcome to the membership, Fernando. Thank you, sir. Man fourth. What's up? Look at all these people here tonight. B, Onsite, Moody, the one is here. Jerome, what's up? Rosie, Polly V, Husker, Just My Girth, Blue Five, Joel Dawes. All these good people here tonight. Pat Shigoya, Frankie S, Tony Saint, Honey Badger, Chad. All right, I can't say everybody, but if you're in that first run, I usually can get you. Darren, Eric, Vanden, Saber, what's up? I already said hi. P-Man, what's going on? BB, Kathy, Jack Hamilton. All right. Story hasn't changed. Jack, you want to do the show? You want to do the show next? Because you already got down my vibe, man. You got it going. How about those Giants? Hey, Akira, I was stoked. Listen, I usually had nothing against the Eagles. I used to kind of root for them until what they did to us last year. But this year, all the Eagles fans, sorry, Rosie, all the Eagles fans wouldn't leave me alone. So, you guys had one of the worst collapses I've ever seen. 1-5 in your last 6 games. That's rough. So, yeah, Giants, man, strong finish. Lyrical, what's going on? Ralph, Gretchen, how you doing? Chelsea, Diego, Mark, Cheesy, Ricky, Frank, hey, it's all at work, listening in, watching the championship game. Oh, that's right, that's tonight. I just don't watch college football. Go Michigan. I called them to win. I gotta stick with it. Candace, what's going on? I do think Harbaugh will have the best game plan. He's just such a good coach. Rondell got more GTI today. It's the day for it, right? KYP, what's going on? Mike, you. I'm not going to read the last name altogether. Jeff, what's up? Oscar, Big O. What's up, Albert? Last again. You're not last. You're right there. What's up, KG? Rosie. We lost. We played our backups. We didn't need the game. We threw the game. We didn't need it. Come on. Don't pretend it's the same as losing the Eagles. You guys had a chance at the 2 seed and you choked. Go Rams. You guys enjoy the win. I didn't even care. You know how little I cared about yesterday's game? I didn't even watch it. Because we didn't need it. We're on vacation until the playoffs come. We just had to play it. So KYP says smash the like button. I appreciate that very much. Well, Rosie, then what are your guys' excuses? I have a good excuse. What's yours? We'll see who wins the Super Bowl this year. Let's put it that way. You guys might lose to the Bucs in round 1. Then what are you going to say? Are you going to fire Sirianni? Because that's a pretty bad coaching job. What's up, Big Swede? KG, is your Uncle Terry from Canada been calling for shares all lately? I don't know. I don't know. I wish I did. So, well, we'll start with what everybody's thinking about today. Today was rough. It was rough. There's no way to sugarcoat it, guys. But if you guys know why you're here, you guys know the story, the game. It is what it is. It sucks right now. We're fighting. We're in a place right now where no momentum's on our side. The market went up today. We went down. And in my opinion, I'm watching everything I'm seeing right now says they're desperate. I mean, why else would they be hammering us so much? You know this has got to cost them money. And we'll show you in a second what it's doing to some of the prime brokers and stuff that are involved in this. But this is rough. I mean, GTI down big time today, 14%. They hammered it. Finger 30 cents. I mean, just nuts. GDC, I mean, I kind of held stable, at least I guess. Bull, with the one I like, is down. ZJYL is just getting crushed. Just not our day. And yet somehow the market was up pretty strongly thanks to some of the big guys. But, you know, it is what it is. I've seen a lot of people saying that this bounce back is to be expected after last week. And then we go right back down next week. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Are those tear stains on my cheek? No, I'm good. Eagles have great excuses too. Which one? They still got their starters in. Scott, remember when I said the Packers would finish 9-8 on the season? He said Love sucks. Listen, Scott, I'll own it. I was right about Love the first 6 weeks, but he turned it around. He turned around so much, I made a trade for him in my fantasy team. We have a 2 QB league, and I got him as my second quarterback, and he almost won me the championship, along with the rest of my great team. But anyways, he looks good. I do. I changed my opinion. I was wrong on Jordan Love. I can eat that. I can say that I was wrong. I think you guys are promising for the future, but we'll see if he holds up too. What do I think of Burna Technologies for self-defense? I've never heard of them. JC, GTI finger charts say up, share price down. Just fundamentals up. That's really Dow up, SP down, Dow down, SP down. Good news. Oh, Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, no matter what, it's manipulated. Yep, it is. And it's just, I've said the other night, I think I listed like 6 different catalysts that could send us. And yet, you know, none of them are happening. The one thing that's not going to send us is just regular run-of-the-mill good news. We need staggeringly good news if we're going to win from a buy-in. Staggeringly good news, like the Trento mine deal or Finger pulling off an incredible deal. That's what we're going to need to send us through a buy-in. But the other ways we're going to win, it's going to be law enforcement. It's going to be the market crashing. You know, I went through them all the other night. So we're just waiting for one of those to happen. And honestly, one of them might happen without us ever knowing about it. And then they just rocket without us even seeing it. So here's the after hours. A little more green after hours, at least for GDC, Finger up 1. So anyways, it is what it is, guys. Just remember, Finger was 170 last May. So that's still up, even though I know a lot of people bought above this number. But it's, you know, it's about perspective. Remember why we're here. Remember why we're here. Rosie says, maybe a long flight, Finger fundamentals take it higher. Absolutely. Saber says everyone should be steadily accumulating. I agree. I can't tell you guys what to do, but I can tell you that that's what I'm doing when I can. I think it's a great opportunity for that. On site, ZJYL at 112. Hey, buddy, don't feel bad. I got it at 250. So don't feel bad at all. Thank God I only bought one. Honey, Jeffrey's Q4 profit drop. Yeah, let's pull that up. Let's pull that up. Rosie, I know they're playing hurt, but don't make excuses for your coordinators. They suck this year too. That's you know I'm right. You know I'm right, because you guys, even when you were 10-1, you weren't that good. You weren't that good of a 10-1, and it's okay. You guys are a mediocre team right now, and maybe you'll come back next year. But right now, you guys need some stuff to work out for you. All right, let me see. Is this it? I want to bring up that Jeffrey news because it is pretty massive, to be honest. You guys know Jeffries has been involved with, I had it pulled up. Where is it? Here we go. So Jeffries is involved with shorting Finger. You guys know that, right? That's who Lynn Partners works with. And RRR put this up. RRR is great, by the way. You guys should all follow him. Does just puts excellent stuff up. But he says, Finger down, yet Jeffrey stable with major profit drop. And he's talking about their stock price. Others have increased revenues, yet stocks attacked. PPS hammered down, fraud front and center. I mean, look at this. Jeffrey's Q4 profit drops 53%. Q4, you know, starting back in October. By the way, Finger was very strong during that time, and that's also when we had one of the big options attacks. Asset management advisory fees took a hit. Stock only down 2%. And this is nuts. I mean, anything down this big the stock should go down 10 to 20%. It just should be a massive hit right away. And what does this tell you? What do we always hear, especially from the bashers or the people who are really hopeless? They come in and they go, they're just making money nonstop. They can't change. We're never going to beat them. Guys, this is how we beat them. Do you see this? 53% drop in profits. They are bleeding on the other side. And this is proof. I can't prove it with Alpine. I can't prove it with the Kramers, but this is proof right here on Finger that the other side is bleeding out. It's not working for them. And eventually we stay in here. The combination of us holding and the economy dropping and all this money, it's going to kill them. It's going to kill them. It's only a matter of time. And then we win. That's one of the ways we win. And that's just perfect explanation of that, perfect example of how we do that. So wanted to show you guys that because that's a big deal. Thanks for bringing it up, Honey Badger. Yeah, CJYL is getting crushed. But, we're not the only ones who think, Ham obviously is the one who he didn't get me into CJYL, but he started talking about it. So I decided to take a flyer on it. But you guys know Avid. Avid's a great charter. He is very smart. He gets lots of big hits. He's people trading with him make lots of money. And he's very bullish on CJYL still. Okay. He says, please stop asking me every day. How do you think Ham feels? He says, this is a squeeze play, same as gambling. Expect massive volatility up and down. I bought a ton here, have a solid position. This drop was significant, worth noting. Play at your own risk. In other words, it's a squeeze play. We know why we're here, so we gotta deal with it. We gotta know what we're doing and what we're putting up with, and just, if you're in CJYL, just expect that. It's gonna be crazy. Hey, Matthew Parker. Oh my God. Thank you, man. That is extremely generous donation. Thank you so much. I will definitely buy more GTI thanks to you. I appreciate that, man. You'll have 100,000 by the end of the week. Matthew, I am so jealous of you, man. That is amazing. Thank you, brother. That's awesome. Thanks so much. Stoney says, Ham talking about ZJWell in the 200s. Got a ton of people chase that diverting money. Well, I don't think people are taking money out of GTI or Finger at that point. I think I'm glad Ham says other plays, and he's talked about why. For one reason, he's got a lot of people who have a lot of money who they're done buying GTI and Finger for now until they see news. But they need a win, and wins build trust. And so Ham's going to hear stuff and he's going to say it. And when he gets wins, he's going to build trust. And that you got to play the long game, Stony Bones, not the short game. The short game is only do GTI and Finger nonstop. Where the long game is buy your GTI and Finger, hold it, know what you have. And then if you got extra money, especially if you're these whale trader guys, you got to keep them happy so they keep the trust building. We need them to buy in when it's time to explode. And the only way they'll do that is if they keep trust with Ham. So he's got to throw these out and hopefully win. I haven't heard anything new about Secret Service today, guys. Sorry. Immortal says it is what it is. GTI is going to continue down for the time being. It dropped to 10 cents or lower. It could also go to 1,000. High risk, high reward. I totally agree with that. The one says, if they can't send GTI and Finger in bankruptcy, how can they beat us? 100,000,000%. The one nails it. If they can't send them into bankruptcy, they can't win. That's all there is to it. They cannot win. As long as that happens, they can. If the companies want to screw us over, they could beat us, but that's not happening either. So, Eric says, so glad about ZJ Wild opening today. Yeah. Lance, the war in the Middle East is unraveling in a bad way. Will it affect our squeeze potential? No, that will have nothing to do with us. Remember, if the markets go bad, it's good for us. So if anything, it'll expedite the crash of the markets or the economy, and that'll be good for us. So, Rum Dog positioned by the discount. Nice. Rosie, stop bashing on San Fran. We beat every good team we played against except the Browns when we were hurt. We were missing two of our main guys, and the Ravens. And they just smacked us. There's no things there. Am I blurry to you guys? Am I freezing? That's not good. Hold on a second here. Well, my internet's pretty solid. I have good internet speed, so I don't know what's going on. Maybe refresh, guys. Let's see here. Bucks versus Browns Super Bowl picture. There's no way the Bucks make it. Don't let anyone kid you, says Maddie. Jeffrey's down 53%. There's bank on the phone. Margin call of 100%. Absolutely. I didn't say everybody in the NFC is bad, Rosie. You know what I'm afraid of, actually? I'm afraid of the Rams. The Rams look really good. And the Cowboys aren't bad. They're bad on the road. And the Eagles are bad now. They weren't bad earlier, but they weren't great. Dave, what's up? Seems like justice is elusive. Greed, corruption, rampant. Hopefully don't find a way to manipulate crypto. Dude, they're already manipulating crypto, Dave. I'm sorry. It's just not as bad. They can't do it the same ways. But they are manipulating it already. You better believe it. Wicked, I get your tag about Rumble wantify the shorts. I did. I would love to see if we could partner up with those guys or do something with Rumble. That'd be amazing. Imagine with Rumble the kind of... Imagine the kind of attention we'd get if we were able to partner with those guys. That would be unreal. That would be absolutely unreal. And that would, obviously, we'd all help each other in that. Fortunato, with the hedge funds bleeding, where's all that money going? We sure, that's a good question. There have been some small short squeezes the last few months, especially November, December, the shorts lost $130 billion. So, I can't remember the name of it. There was that one big short squeeze. Well, ZJYL is one of them. Went from $5 to 500, and it's not done. But there has been quite a few. So, yeah, there are people winning. It just hasn't been us yet. But it's been trading hands. I'm sure banks are getting some of that money. I mean, yeah, it hasn't trickled down to us yet. We're right. Goldman got fined pennies for 60,000 trades totaling billions of shares are mismarked. Goldman does laugh at us. That's true. Phil, you 8-hour round trip. I don't think I got you for that, man, but God bless you. What's up, Tom Dubois? Kryptonian, ZJYL can bounce a gamble. I look at it as a fun gamble. I agree. Eric, what does everyone think of Ham's new target prices? You want to list them, Eric? Because I don't have them up right now. I'm glad I'm not blurry. That's good, guys. So, yeah, just if I'm blurry, guys, and my internet's good, it's usually yours. So just either refresh or check your connection. Sorry about that. When I'm blurry, I look younger. I don't know how to take that, man. I don't know how to take that. Better hope the Packers don't beat the Cowboys. We'll be heading to... Listen, I'd love you guys to beat the Cowboys. You kidding me? There's no way the Packers are going to go to the Super Bowl. They're too young and inexperienced. But they have upset potential for one round. I've been watching the NFL a long time. Been studying sports a long time. They are the perfect team to have a first-round upset and then lose big in the next round. And that's fine, though. That'd be a huge year for you guys. Yeah, so the other day, Ham tweeted out that with the current new numbers based on the same model we used before, that finger could squeeze two. Remember, guys, these are not predictions. These are simply the math saying what's possible. But Ham said it could finger now could hit 2,700 based on the short interest, and GTI at 2,000 with the short interest. Imagine that. Imagine you buy tomorrow some 100 GTI at 29 cents or 1,000 GTI at 29 cents, and it runs to 2,000. Holy moly, you're gonna be a very happy person. Moody, there's no juicy rumors that I've heard are new yet. I'm sorry about that. Coopers, thank you for the donation. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. You guys have no idea. Every time, even though I've been doing this for over a year now, every single time you guys donate, join as members, it really means a lot. I appreciate it. That money could be going to GTR Finger, and you guys instead give it to me. I just want to say I'm always still humbled by it. So, Diego, you love this community, but you gotta be honest, GTI has been the worst trade I've ever been in the last. I'm sorry about that, Diego. Don't look at it as a trade. Look at it as a holding investment. You're here for one reason. You're not here for trade, right? And it's about perception. It's about perception. Roger, what are you drinking? I hope the Lions win. I do. I don't want to see the Rams, so I hope the Lions win. Yeah, you can set quality of video and settings too if your internet can handle it. Yeah. So, and Eric said that price is based off 450 million shorts for GTII, but he believes it's over 500, which I tend to agree with you, Eric, on that. Thank you, KG. That means a lot to me. Hope you're not Ken Griffin, KG. Just kidding. My favorite basketball player of all time was also KG. That's Kevin Garnett. He's the man. All right, guys, let's go look through some stuff today. I do have some news. Obviously, the Jeffries thing we covered. I thought this was interesting. Also shared by RRR. They're getting ready to crack down on counterfeits at the Super Bowl. Of course, they don't do it for us, but the feds will crack down again on counterfeit merch. But when it comes to counterfeit shares, regulators are clueless. NFL and DHS crack down on counterfeit goods. Yeah, so you just see everybody else cares about counterfeits, but just not in the stock market, because we're, you can mess with us. It's okay, right? We keep it together. Oh, thanks, Matthew. The one still buying. Yeah, turn the frown upside down. Guys, you can be upset. I get it. Nobody's happy with the price. Nobody's happy with the waiting. It's okay to be upset. It really is. And I got so many people hit me up today that were just getting crushed and destroyed and emotionally, and they just are really struggling. And I totally get it. I do. It's hard. It's so hard. Guys, we are in what I still believe, the greatest short squeeze trades I just said don't call it trade. Greatest short squeeze opportunities in history. I truly believe that. I believe that when these are done, they're going to make GameStop look tiny. I think they're going to make AMC, the AMC holders they're going to see what they hope to see, unless they want $1 million a share. That's crazy. but you know what I mean? And this isn't going to mean much to everybody. It just won't. And that's okay, but it'll mean something to a lot of you guys. I spent a lot of time today. I took off my lunch and I didn't go anywhere, eat or anything. I just started walking. I just needed to clear my head. I was just quiet. And I was just meditating, praying, thinking about all this stuff. And just like, I have times where it's hard too. Okay. And this was one of those days where I was just like, man, we are getting smoked. This sucks. I don't want to do this anymore. I want to win. I'm so ready for the win. It's so hard right now. This sucks. And I was getting it all out, laying like my thoughts, whatever you believe. If you believe in God, it was going to God. If you don't believe in that, I was casting it out to the wind. But whatever it was. And I was just like, I need to know that this is right, that this is not a waste of time, that this is not, because number one, not only am I wasting my time and money, but I don't want to be wasting your guys' time. I really don't. Now, your money's your deal. I've never told anybody to buy anything, but I also know that I've talked big things about this, and some people have become convinced by what I've talked about, and that weighs heavy on me. I don't want anybody to be burnt in this. I want us all to be rich from this and wealthy and change our lives. So that's a burden to carry. It's hard sometimes, especially on days like this. And so I just got it all out. I got to the point I felt peace again. I was just like, okay, well, back to it. And anyways, then it was the craziest thing. Today, after all that, somebody reached out to me and was like, hey, been thinking of you, and I really want you to be able to snatch up more GTI, because this person knows what I have. It's not much compared to a lot of people out there. And they were just like, I want you to be able to grab some right now. And they just sent me money to invest more. I was like, whoa, wow, that's wild. What are the odds that came today? That was crazy. So that's number one. Number two, I was just praying for kind of just making sure that none of this is a waste of time, that it's all going to just impact people well. And so anyway, somebody else reached out to me later, and this person doesn't reach out to me very much. And they just said like, hey, blah, blah, blah. And also wanted you to know, like, thank you for your time. Even if it's not about all this, the stocks, whether they run or not, just thank you for all this. And that meant a lot to me. That was like a confirmation. I'm not just wasting my time. So I got both those things today after I spent an hour like praying and stuff. And now in my world, I call that confirmation. God heard my prayers and is sending me something to just bring me back up in hope and trust. And I need those times. I really do. It's like I could listen to Ham all day and I love it. But when the price is going down, if I'm only listening to Ham or William and not finding my own reasons for being here, it's not going to be enough. And I'll grow bitter and tired and discouraged and angry and all that stuff and depressed. But when I find my own reasons for staying and I find 100%, I'm like, I am all in. I have everything I need to be in right now. I have all the answers I need for why I'm here right now on my own, not from somebody else. When I find that, I come back and I am just light as a feather and I'm ready to go. I am not worried about the price right now. I can tell you that right now. I am confident as ever right now in this moment because I took the time to process that and I got what I needed. So I wanted to tell you guys that because some of you, it will mean something. Okay. Some of you guys, it will mean something. And I encourage you guys to do the same thing, not the way I do it, but the way you would do it, the way you can find your own peace in your way of being here. And like earlier, somebody said, this is the worst trade I've ever had. Well, then you need to find what you are here for. Because if it's just a trade and you're going to be miserable the entire time you're here, you're honestly better off leaving because we don't know how long it's going to be. And maybe you can jump right back in before it runs off good news or something that makes you feel better. But if you're only here for a trade, you're going to be miserable. But if you're here because you believe it's a fight for life-changing money, and you can just keep accumulating and take these cheaper prices and be a part of a movement that might change stuff. If you can find your peace in that and it's worth it to you, then it's not going to be that hard for you to stay. It's really not. So just remember that, guys. We're in a psychological war in a way, psychological, emotional war, mental war. But at the same time, let's be blessed we're not in a physical war. We're still sleeping in our beds, going home, taking breaks, all that stuff. So anyways, I just wanted to share that with you guys because it was really important for me to do that for my own processing, and it helped me a whole bunch. And so I wanted to share it with you guys. And so some of you, I know that'll help. And so I just hope that does. So, all right, I've gone for a while. Let me catch up here. Dubois, do you have a rookie card of KG? That'd be awesome. Stony, brokers still have a divvy to deliver. Somehow don't forget. That's right. Yeah, I don't know what Wes is doing right now. I don't even know. I have no idea what's going on there. I'll just say that. Rosie, GTI finger are the best opportunities because shorts are trapped. Management made it clear to not bailing them out. There it is. Thank you, Rosie. That's exactly right. Craig, any chance we could have Ace the preacher lead a prayer before ending tonight? Yeah. You know what? Just remind me so I don't forget, okay? Roger, you can expect me to work well with others or pass the drug test, but not both. Peter Griffin once said Eagles may soar, weasels don't get second and I like it, guys. Now the humor's coming back. I appreciate it, guys. Team video, shout out to William. We love you, William. Keep doing what you're doing, man. You're awesome. La Liga, Vocal, UGG lost bricks on the stock, have a larger stake in GTI. Today's number hurts, but we'll be good. Yeah, just remember, Vocal, one of the reasons they got killed is because their CEO doesn't believe that toxic lenders can ruin his stock. He doesn't believe that. So he's done everything I think is wrong for the people who bought into his stock. The people who bought into his stock were people who wanted something like GTII and believe in something like GTI, the counterfeits, anti-shorts, and he did everything wrong and set him up for failure and all that, and including signing a toxic note loan. So that's what it is. As it is. Tom, Ace, thoughts on demons shorting a loader, come in and buy it back at significantly lower price? You mean the shorts that's demons? I mean, they might. I don't know. Honestly, somebody said earlier that maybe it's the brokers getting it this low so they can buy up shorts or buy up stocks and give them to us as divvies. And I thought to myself, okay, great. If they do that, wonderful. Because that's fine if they can get the stocks that way and the shares that way and give them to us. Because when they disperse those, it'll still make the stock rise. It'll still, it'll be back out there and there'll be real shares. Because that's why they can't deliver the divvies. Because they can't give us counterfeit shares as dividends. They can't. They just can't. And they know it. They're fine shorting it all day because they can process that and hide it on their books, all that, and pretend it's real orders. As long as they don't have to settle them, they're fine. But that doesn't work with dividends. So how dare you, Rosie? As long as we have no reverse splits or raises, we're fine, says Joe. 100%. They are trapped. No way out. Exactly. 100%, man. You're right on. We're getting bad weather here tomorrow, man. And Wednesday's New England. Wow. Man. Yeah, T-Wolves Dubois. I'm super jealous of that. That's a great card. Darren's in agreement with Eric. Had prayer time today or something. Nice. Is Grump posting again? Grump, man. Don't be here, man, if you don't want to be a part of it. It is what it is. We're here to fight. We're not here to cry. Okay. Crazy. Agree with him. Deliberate targeting of stocks, sign of desperation. Absolutely it is. It's totally desperate. And, I posted today because somebody wrote me like, where's light at the end of the tunnel? And I said, well, it's there. You just have to kind of squint for it right now. And you have to look at the data we have because the story has not changed. We still have massive potential in these stocks because of what we know for certain. With GTII, we know for certain they are massively shorted. We've been given the proof, and we know they're trapped. We know those things for certain. We also know for certain the company's on our side. We've seen what happened with the dividend, so we know for certain. That story has not changed. Finger, we know for certain. Lynn Partners is trapped. We know that. They paid off their debenture. It's good. Okay, and yet they're still being shorted. We also know for certain this is a massive company with massive potential that is about to be in the black. I think the next earnings is going to be a blowout, and have huge deals lined up and a massive investment broker lined up, partnered with them. These stocks are geared to go. They're primed, and that's what we know for certain. When you take what we know for certain, you can take everything else. It's called context, right? Like when I'm studying the Bible, okay, the best way to understand the Bible is through context. You cannot understand it on its own. And one of the things that makes me most mad is when I see people misquote it or take things out of context, because I'm like, that is what it says, but that's not what it means. You didn't provide the context. Well, the context with GTI and Finger is always through that context. We start with what we know, and then we look at what's happening. And when we start with what we know and look at what's happening, we can make much more sense of it. We could say, oh, they're shorting today. They're desperate today. They're trying to get out. They must be scared of something. They're shorting harder today than they've been in a while. They must be scared. I saw fear today when I see GTI going down 13%. That is fear to me. Why are they trying to crush this thing right now? It's because I think they know something big's coming. I personally believe that's why. Why is Finger getting destroyed right now? Because in about 1 week, maybe less, maybe Friday, but in about 1 week, Finger will now be a fully profitable company, and maybe will also have released a dividend and more, or announced a deal. That is massive. So yeah, of course they're attacking right now. It might be their last chance to keep them this low. So these are the kind of things that we would just always have to remember. Okay. The one, your 20-year-old son told me and his mother about story of amount of spiders he had. Really? Spiders in your dream? That's interesting. What was the dream? Thomas, addict to squeeze in April or GTI with the dividend going in action. I got to show you guys something real quick about coming in March, but Stoney, no worries, Roger. Oh, we're talking Roger. What's up, Richard? Richard, lay on me a good joke tonight. Hope you're doing well. I got to watch your live next, man. I missed it, but I want to hear what you guys say. You always do good stuff. Grump, I'm not telling you to go away as far as the stock. I don't want you to go away. If you believe in it or if you feel you're stuck and just need a win, then stick it out. But I can't have you just coming up here just whining nonstop, man. You gotta man up. Come on. We're all down, but you don't hear the rest of us doing this. Good night, Blue 5. I know now vocal Jeremy Frommer is partnering with Lind and singing their praises. Can you believe it? What a sellout. Mark, this week the church message, God bless us, a new day every morning, a new beginning. Yeah, absolutely. These are the peacemakers. Rosie. Jim, my insight and encouraging stories like you just shared why I continue to have conviction in the play. In addition to William and Ham, I consider nothing's guaranteed. Goes so well. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate that, man. Listen, I don't want to give you hope though. I just want to communicate hope. You got to find hope on your own to make it on it. But I do really appreciate what you said, and I think I know what you mean. But just for anybody else who don't come to me to get your hope, just come to me to help process what you need. But ultimately we all have to find our own hope and peace in order to stick things out. So Matthew, much respect to everyone fighting. MMTLP's fighting. We need to fight like they do, and I think we're getting there. Yep, absolutely. You got a good study Bible help. That's awesome, Husker. Not had a dream the Rams crushed the Niners in the playoffs. That's a great joke, Not. That's very funny. Thank you for sharing that. It's my favorite joke you've said. Yeah, that's hilarious. Wig, it's not the stock price making people depressed because we know our cards are. It's a lack of government intervention. But I understand that. That does suck. But again, never put our faith in the government. Honey, agree. Can't focus on stocks every day. Enjoy life. Alerts. There you go. Ace, aren't they just digging the hole deeper, pushing the price down? Absolutely, Saber. In fact, you just saw earlier in this chat, and I think you were here, Eric put the prices down, what Ham's math came up with the other day because of how much more they've shorted. And that is, I talked to somebody about this the other day. I was saying that, I think it was Eric actually. And we were talking about this, and I said, all this sucks being here, but the longer and tougher the battle, I believe the greater the reward will be, because the longer and tougher it is, the more they attack us, the higher the chances go, the more people are in it, the more people will hold. I truly believe that. So if TOPH can do it, so can Finger. That's right. Do I know why Ham? No, I have no idea why Ham's not talking to people. That's all in his. And I also told you, like, Ham's only telling you what he can say. So there might be other stuff going there. And maybe he even has talked to him. So, what's up, Mamba? Aaron Salentine, Bitcoin's at 47,000 now, and Wolf should be like $10 or 15. Yeah, exactly. Talk about manipulations. Wolf broke $3 last week when Bitcoin broke 45. Now Bitcoin's at 47. Wolf's just over 2. It's crazy. It's so crazy. Niners going to put a beat down. They will. I think they'll come out. They'll come out rusty for the first quarter, and then they'll get rolling. So. I get it, Grump. It's fine. Just don't vent on my chat, man. I mean, ask me questions. Tell me you've had a hard day. I get that. We'll all come around you and encourage you. But let's not vent like taking people out. Not's first funny joke. Mark, get a dream the Niners beat the Ravens in the Super Bowl. Ooh, I like that one. Not. What's good about government is they're consistent. They always suck everywhere. So true. Am I still in Wolf? No, I got out. I got out at 240. I lost, and now I would have lost more. So, yeah, you rebuked me for my lack of impatience. Thanks, Eric. See? Eric will tell you. I'm just as weird in real life. Life-changing money don't get earned overnight. That's right, Steven. Is a Ham wait for treatment? No, his son, I believe, has something coming up real soon. So, all right, guys, I have a couple more things I want to cover while we're here. Just economy stuff that's going to hopefully get us amped for what's coming. Things are, yeah, I'll finish that over there. I wanted to do this. Okay. Now, guys, remember when I kept telling you that I really have a feeling things are going to start turning economically towards the end of February, early March? If we haven't run by then, I think this market correction could be what pushes us. I am back into GDC a little bit. Yeah. Once it went way back down, I bought back in a little bit. Okay. March is going to be crazy. Here's Zero Hedge writes. Reverse repo ends in March. The bank program expires. The bank loan program they put out where they fund the banks, that expires. They have to start paying it back in March. Okay. I covered that the other night too. Possibly Fed cuts. And then they've announced the quantitative tightening ends completely in March. If all this happens in March, guys, it's going to be unreal how volatile things are going to get. This is going to mess up so many things. So you can't do all this at once. You just can't. Now, Fed cuts, they're going to do it to try to stimulate the economy. But this is interesting, and I've been seeing this everywhere now. History shows that once Fed actually does cuts, that's usually when the market tanks. Because what's built into the high interest rates are already built into the market at this point. And even though the market wants the cuts, usually the cuts come, and that creates a sell-off. I don't understand why. I'm not even going to pretend I do. But historically, that's what happens. And so when you have this, and then you also have the fact that there's not going to be all this liquidity being pumped into the system, they can't, even if quantitative tightening ends, which I really don't believe it will, but even if it did, they can't do quantitative easing anymore because they can't print any more money because of inflation. So this is all, if this all comes in March, guys, watch out. It's going to get nuts. Their best case scenario for the market is, and it's just kicking the can down the road because eventually this all has to end, but is that they extend these things. They give it another extension, okay? They don't cut, they just hold. And quantitative tightening, this one actually would be good for the market if it ends because they're pulling the money out of the market right now, the Fed is. But I just, all that's going to create so much volatility. So I'm telling you, hang in there because we ain't seen nothing yet. This year is going to be insane. It's going to be insane. You heard somebody say MMTLP by April, huh, Thomas? That'd be interesting, man. Do I know what dates in March these happen, Rosie? No, I don't have it in front of me. Maybe Zero Hedge might have written an article, a follow-up on this with dates, or maybe you could just Google it all. But I don't have that right on the top with me. I can tell you, though, if Zero Hedge says it, it's legit. Zero Hedge is a very, very good publication. How low can GTI go? I don't know, Eunice. I'm tired of making predictions on that. There was a while back I didn't think it could break under 30, and then we did today. So who knows? Given everything that's transpired with Jeremy, do you think he was possibly paid off to sabotage GTII? Maybe. But you know what? That's one of those deals where like God works in mysterious ways because Jeremy came out on fire last year in February with that speech about short sellers and the crooks in the market. And he came out on fire and like they were about to merge with GTI and everybody was excited and there was talk of Frommer taking over GTI CEO and we were all like, yeah, this is going to be awesome. And then he showed his true colors. And we are so fortunate he did not take over GTII because if he took over GTI, I guarantee you at this point right now, we'd already be in another toxic note and he might have killed the play or at least set it back years. So we just got to be very grateful that we didn't have Frommer work out with us. Yeah, the volume on GTI did double today. And I saw Dozer tweeted, at first he tweeted that short percentage was 76%, which is wild. But then he retweeted and said, correction, it was 7.6%, which is also wild. For GTI to be down 13% and only have been shorted 7.6% is unreal. It's unreal. It makes no sense at all. Oh, that's that's the latest somebody wrote me, but let me put this up here. Yeah. So look at this, 7.67% mark short. That is unreal low. That is, I mean, how do we go down that? Nobody's selling. So that's just crazy. What, did everybody have stop losses set at 30 cents? BS. Nobody would do that. It's like you're selling off to a major loss. So that's just, it's craziness. It's absolute craziness. Husker says they definitely expect us to panic sell by now. I think the way these rips will be more explosive longer. 100%, man. Easy Stud. When I was live and Fidelity issued dividend and took it back, did your transaction history disappear like mine did too? Good question. I actually didn't look. I didn't look, Easy. I'm sorry about that. Do I think it's possible Finger could rise a lot around earnings? Yeah, I do actually, Grump. I really think there could be a turnaround. Aaron, at this point, if they gave us all $100 a share of Next Bridge, I might be okay with it. Give me my $200K. Yeah, there you go. You mean MMTLP? Do I watch Tom Grossi? I've never heard of him. No. Frommer could have been working with Len the entire time. Maybe he was. Maybe he was trying to get into GTII and undercut us. I don't know. I don't want to go too far down that conspiracy route, but it is possible. It is possible. Let it go to a penny. I listen, Steven, if it went to a penny, I'd buy so much GTI, it'd make head spin. All right, let me pull this up. Okay, so check this out. The numbers now for credit in November has come out, and debt soared in November after the second biggest surge in credit card debt on record. So November had the second biggest surge in credit card debt on record in 1 month. I mean, that's everybody buying for the holidays. But I mean, look at this graph right here. You see, here was the first, like the highest ever just a few months ago. And now November, I mean, Americans were already the highest credit card debt they've ever been, and November sees the second highest. Our debt nation is coming to a head. It's coming to a head real quick. And good news for us guys. Again, I've said it 100 times, and I'll say it again. It's so good that we chose counter market plays. They cannot keep this market propped up much longer, in my humble, educated opinion. There's so many people who keep coming out and saying, oh, they're going to keep it propped up till the election. And you know what? Maybe they're right. I know they certainly want to, but I just don't think they're going to be able to do it. I think they put all the gas on that fire that they could. They beat that dead horse so badly last year to get the prices up where they did. I don't think there's much juice left this year. I don't. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. But the way things are looking, it's never been this bad before. It's never been this bad before. Remember, Ham said the other night it was 100 times worse than 2008. He was in 2008. He remembers. He was following the market closely. Much smarter than I was back then. He was aware, following it, part of everything. He says this is 100 times worse than 2008. 2008, guys, they could not control it. Okay, they couldn't control it. And Obama was already going to win that election against McCain. They didn't need to tank the economy for Obama to win it. There's no way McCain was going to beat Obama. He was so popular back there. Remember the Newsweek article with the halo around his head? I mean, come on. They elevated him to the new Jesus. And, I mean, obviously most people didn't, but the media did. And there was no way he was going to lose that election. And then the economy still crashed. They just can't, they couldn't keep it up. When these things really break, they can't keep it up. Just Mike, I saw the picture you sent me. I think, was that you with the Nick Cage one? Because it was fantastic. Can Finger go below 3 this week? Maybe. Paulion says, I'm a big believer in God's timing. These plays will squeeze. I feel like Michael Burry, you mean, in the Big Short where he's on the floor because of stress. I feel that, man. I do. GTI is all wash sales, selling it back and forth, lower it, just tells you how screw they are. That's right, Joe. Thank you. That's true. I'll have to watch that on site. I will. In the black, short it. There you go. Yeah, they're going to try for sure. Can we get GTI down to 10 cents? Does everyone have the Havers number? Yeah, I have one accurate opinion. I won't say it's accurate. I won't go that far because these are some things that you have to be proven right on, and it's too big a deal, but that is funny. Credit default crash should come in partridge in a pear tree. It has to come at some point. I don't know when, but it does. Look at what they've done to our dollar. Okay. Stock market tends to track liquidity closely. M2 money supply is up 4,000% since 1967. Okay. So in the last, 56 years, they've increased the dollar 4,000%. The S&P 500 is only up 5,000%. So what does that mean when you put it in the dollars? That basically means the S&P is really up only 20% since 1967, despite these crazy dollar amounts. I mean, how crazy is that? How crazy is that? That's how weak our dollar is right now. Let's see what I have right here. Oh, already read that one. All right, here's our stock market. 72% in the S&P 500 underperformed 2023. 72%. Highest level of underperformance since 1980. This means the entire stock market, 28% of stocks were above the S&P, and yet the S&P finished at almost record levels. Come on, it doesn't happen. So this means small caps, they've completely just left behind. Well, this is unsustainable. You can't have an economy and a capitalist economy, which I know we're not fully capitalist, but we're still mostly capitalist. You can't have it survive when it's only a handful of companies propping up the entire market. It's just impossible. If all the other companies are struggling, they will eventually pull them all down together. It's coming. It's coming. Johnny, if you have 500 to spend, would you buy GTI, Finger, or some of both, and why? Johnny, I always tell people on this, if I have that money, I split it up because I don't know what'll run first. That's why. And so I want to have as much as I can of both. Gretchen says JP Morgan's number 124 prediction is Biden will pull out due to health concerns. I bet he waits to pull out until after the financial market blows up, take the heat off the replacement. Interesting. That's a very interesting thought, Gretchen. And I honestly believe you might be onto something there. That's a very interesting thought. Hey, Texans, looking good. Ham said it's about GTI, almost 77% of all volume was counterfeit. Isn't that crazy? But he's right. He's absolutely right. If GTI gets 10 cents, would actually be nice to get 10,000 shares. Yeah, I mean, what that costs, $1,000? That's crazy. How fast you could build up your portfolio there. Jim, Fingers getting washed down to low threes before earnings. Shorts know there'll be a $2 to $4 run. If it tops at 7, shorts are still safe with margin. Then they would start to. Yeah, here's the deal, Jim. I completely agree with you. I completely agree that's very possible. If it hits 7 again or goes up strong like that, we're going to have another battle on our hands like we did from July all the way through October for a month-long battle where we're going to be trying to break that number because there's going to be so many big whale type people that buy in on it. Because and the earnings, and this time it might hold even better because this time Finger's going to have so much more momentum behind it as a company with the fundamentals. And I'm telling you, if we break that 7 number, it could be off to the races. It very well could be. We've seen how they fought it before. So we can hope, we can pray. And I agree with you. They're trying to knock it down for earnings because I do think this earnings, they're not going to be able to spin it like they did before. Oh, you said Fast and Furious? I haven't seen that one yet, Mike. I'll have to look for that. Yeah, where is One Fix It Man? He doesn't talk much anymore. He still tweets, though. I see him tweeting. They have no balls to go down 10 cents. Well, we didn't think they'd have the balls to get down this low, so they might. Fix It's a GTL well. I've not seen him. I know. I love Fix It Man. He tweets. He still tweets out like when we're live and stuff, so I just don't think he talks much anymore. Fix It Man, if you're here, though, man, throw it at me. What he'd always say is, hey, let's get the likes up. So you guys, in memory of One Fix It Man, if you don't mind throwing me a like, subscribe, a share, I appreciate it. Let's get this out there so people can learn about what's coming in the economy. I had this thought the other day, and it is an interesting thought, almost a scary thought. But it's that the economy is so bad right now. It's unbelievably bad. And there are so few of us who notice it, okay? So few of us. We're fortunate, those of us who are ahead of the game and preparing, because whether you know it or not, whether you're actively doing something or not, you are, just because of what you know, it'll affect your decisions, it'll affect how you do things moving forward, and you'll be more prepared. And so when it all crashes, you're not going to be surprised, you're going to be ready. And it's definitely in the positions we've invested in. And because of that, it could change our lives forever. That's what happens in times that are down like this. But I had this thought, like, how blessed are we to be ahead of this? And, you know, I told you guys how I was praying the other day or today about this. And I just had this thought pop in my head that said, that literally came to me and just said, like, this is what you prayed for. And I remembered, and I've told you guys a story back in 2008 coming out of that. I just said, I want to be prepared. I know this is coming again. It's going to be worse next time. I want to be prepared. And I felt like today, like I heard it say, you know, God say, or whatever, a voice in my head, whatever you guys want to believe it is, I believe it's God, say, this is what you prayed for. And it's like, this is the preparation. It's crazy, but we're seeing it happen. And I believe it's going to come down. I really do. So if you guys believe that too, and you know, please like, share, subscribe, get it out there. Because there are a lot of people talking about this, but there's a lot of people talking about it to just, like, they're doing it wrong, in my opinion, and they've been maybe doing it for years or something. I think we have to be humble about this, about timing. We have to be humble about the implications of it, and we have to be humble in knowing that we don't know everything. I'm telling you guys what I see, but I also not telling you guys for sure anything's going to happen. But I do greatly believe it is coming. So, excuse me. Rosie, Biden won't step down because Bidenomics is obviously working. He gets free ice cream. I read a story today about one of the reasons he might not step down is because the people with him do not want to give up power. And I imagine there's a lot of infighting in the Democratic Party right now. I really do. Because there's a lot of people who want him to step down because they're desperately afraid he'll lose. Could finger squeeze first? Absolutely. Finlow, what's up? Did I hear about the religious porcupine who owns a Tesla? Porcupine has holy seats. That's bad. That's almost worse than a Richard joke. Smack the ass on it. Thanks, Key. Arca dropped a vid on GTI. Nice. I have to go watch that later. Same. Thanks on site. Rosie, you agree the wait may be a gift to prepare what's coming? Absolutely, man. The one liquidity is about to take them out. I agree. People are going to lose their pensions this time around. It's going to be bad. They're already losing their pensions. I mean, or they're right there. We talked about this on Saturday, but California's second biggest pension fund is asking for a bailout. That's not good. And it's like multiple billions of dollars. It's very, very bad. Did anybody else have this happen today, by the way? He had a bid at 335. It didn't fill. And then it filled someone else at 331. Proof of a cross-wash trade. Anyways, just remember, watch these things. These are always proof of the manipulation. These trades that are not bought in. Okay, I wanted to show you guys. Oh, here we go. This is from Kit. Kit's great. He comes on here every once in a while. He's just really great investor, trader, chart guy. Says, finger the same mathematical reality of unlimited risk getting exposed. It's an MMTLP counterfeit situation playing out again. Crooked financial system are taking your money in exchange for fake shares. Pay attention. DOJ official. SEC is doing nothing to stop it. But I just love what he says right here. Same mathematical reality of unlimited risk getting exposed. Unlimited risk. You know what unlimited risk also means? It means great upside. Remember, Ham always says that when you're shorting all the time, the risk is unlimited because you never know how long people will hold when it squeezes. You're setting yourself up for unlimited risks. And so I just thought this was a great tweet, and it's exactly how I feel right now. All right, let me catch up here, guys. Arca said in his Discord he saw 8 to 10 cents daily gap way down there. It'd be a massive bounce for that. Oh, I would agree with that. Says Jack, we're winning. May not look like what we are. Agree to the one. Absolutely. Again, it's about the context, right? The story hasn't changed. What we know for certain has not changed. And that has not, that's still there. You had it happen multiple times you're trying to buy, Matthew. Wow. Appreciate you propping up my hope. Well, Grizz, I'm not trying to prop up your hope, but I am just trying to give context and communicate my own hope. But thank you for saying that. That's why I'm here. But, find your reasons for being here. Find what's worth it to you to sacrifice, and know your limits. And once if it asks more of you than you can give, know that and just move on. And that's okay. There's no shame in that. But if you know the reward like I do, what I'm believing for, to me, I'm willing to sacrifice a lot. I'm willing to sacrifice all the money I've already put in. I'm willing to sacrifice my time, my energy for several more years if I had to. I don't believe that's going to happen. I really don't. I think this is our year, and I don't really honestly see how it isn't. But if it goes longer, I'll still be here because I'm that far in. That's how much I believe in these plays. And unless the story changes, I'm not going anywhere. That's just all there is to it. So we'd have to have an Adam Aaron situation on our hands for me to bail. It'd have to be that bad. So Polyon says, concerning the Kit tweet, the shorts made this personal. I'm holding, not selling cheap. Buddy, you and me both. They are going after my family right now. And I can't let that happen. When I had that really good conversation with Ham the other day, the personal one, we did talk about family. And I told him, I said, the truth is, now that I know what I know, I'm fighting for my kids and my grandkids to have a future. Obviously, I'm fighting for my own future too. Okay, I'm 40. I got a lot of life left. I have dreams for my life with my kids and my wife. But if I can't see those dreams come true for myself, I definitely want to see them come true for my kids. And so because of that, it's like, what, if I don't go all in, then I'm not giving what they deserve. They deserve me to go all in for them. Because that's what it's all about. It's all about progeny. It's all about legacy. And I want to leave that legacy to my kids. That's better than the legacy I was left. And it's not that my parents were bad people. They were wonderful people. I had the most amazing parents, but they did everything by the system. They had no idea how bad things were. Most people didn't back then, because overall it still seemed like things were mostly good. They didn't know how to invest and set up a future or anything like that. So they didn't leave me with much of anything. And I don't blame them for it. They just didn't know what they didn't know. But I can't let that happen to my kids because I know better. And so that's part of it. And I get to carry all the other wonderful things my parents did leave me with. And when I said they didn't leave me with anything, I just meant financially. But they did leave me with hope and character, and taught me a lot about integrity and all those things that matter the most in life. They did give me the things that matter most. I will say that. But I want to give my kids that and more. And that's why, not going anywhere. You won't see me leave. You'll see me here. Even when you guys are all sick and tired of me, I'll still be here, and I'll be talking to 20 people if I have to, because I'm not going away. We might be battered and bloodied and broken, but there'll be some of us who just can't quit until it's over. So Matthew, look at GTII, 2,500 shares back and forth washing. Any idiot can see it. Well, I'm glad. I can start to see it now. I didn't used to be able to. I used to have to just trust everybody else. Do they lose money washing shares? That's a great question, Gabriel. I don't know the complete answer on that. I imagine it's some way they're not making money, they're bleeding out, but I don't exactly know how all the washing actually works. Wicked, before I leave tonight, count 3, 2, 1, because it always just stops halfway. Exit count. Okay, I will. Jack, heck yeah, Ace, I wait all night to hear that story hasn't changed. I know we fight for it. Yeah, I told you, Jack, you want to host? I'll take a night off and you can host a live. I appreciate it. Give me a break. All right, guys, I want to show you a couple more things before we go here. And let's see here. Okay, so this is coming from this expected rally this week. It says, you guys see Thursday we're getting CPI and real earnings on Thursday as well. And then PPI Friday, employment situation was last Friday. It says narrative for this rally would probably be CPI data this week. In other words, expect inflation to come in right at expectations or maybe a hint below. And then it says even though the short interest day is released 12 hours earlier. SEC Bitcoin decision deadline happens to coincide on the same day. Might be a coincidence. It does look more and more people are, and this is why Bitcoin's up, that the Bitcoin ETFs are going to be approved. Well, last week we heard they weren't. So that's big news for Bitcoin, and all that together, like this guy says, and like we're seeing already, might lead to a green market all week, which probably is going to be bad for us, just being real. As we're leading up to earnings and everything. And you saw it today. I mean, when I went through my watch list, all of our stocks are red. So just know that this is what they're doing, though. This is how they manipulate the news so that we can be screwed over and they can keep the good times rolling for themselves. So Jack's going to be one of the 20. Joel will be one of those 20. I love that, man. Jack, we could definitely use a win. And I think earnings this week or next week are going to be a win. So it's coming. Possible Rodney Dangerfield joke: when my dad died, all he left us was alone. Oh, that's just so dark. Darren says you'll be here till the cows come home and your tongue falls out. I like that. Hopefully my tongue won't fall out. that would be ugly. Okay, guys, I also wanted to address some of the other things we've been talking about. A lot of people earlier were asking me about ZJYL. I showed you what Avid said. He's bullish. And other than that, I just know what Ham has said. His buddy, his buddy and a group of them own the float, like 120% of the float over. And they're saying they're holding till 30,000. So there you go. ZJYL, if it runs, has a big run coming up. It could go high. Do I think it'll hit 30,000? No. But even if it hits 2,000, 3,000, somewhere in that range with that small float, I could see that being possible. So that'd be a nice little run for everybody. The other one is GDC. Last I talked to Ham, he said his guy still has 1 million shares of it and still believing it's going to have a run, possibly up to $50. So there's that one. I'm just telling you guys what I've heard. I'm not saying buy or anything like that, but I wanted to throw a couple other sprinkles out there for anybody who's just looking for something that might move a little quicker. And then the last one, and this is the one I'm watching very closely right now. It's Bull. Some hedgies do jump off skyscrapers, Thomas, when this goes down. Yeah, they did jump in 2008. There was quite a bit of them. I remember reading the stories back then, actually. So this is Bull, guys, and this is the one I told you guys is 85% short interest right now as of December 27th. Remember, GameStop was at like 25%. This guy, Finance Lot, he's been real on it. You guys know I've been sharing his stuff for months now. He's got excellent economic coverage, and this is the first time he's really been into a stock. So I'm taking it seriously. I'm watching it. I bought myself a few shares. It's like $13 right now. But he's saying that he tweeted this the other day, that the last few cycles there's been a short squeeze. So Virgin 2020, GameStop 2021, and then he says it will Bull be 2024. I mean, who knows? But he's keeping an eye on it closely. So am I. And he's saying the short seller borrowing fee is back up to 20% with 65,000 shares availability. At one point it was down to 0%. So they're manipulating the stock a lot right now. Who knows what's going to happen? But I just wanted to tell you guys I'm watching it closely. And then he's for some reason he's believing this could be a GameStop 2.0. The reason I like it and the reason I put a few bucks in is because it's not being talked about very much. It's not a meme stock. It looks like something that even the hedge funds, like they do with GameStop, might actually run up to make some money. And maybe we could be in on it a little bit. That's what I'm hoping. I don't have much to put in it. I just put I honestly, I think I bought 20 shares. That's it. But you know, if it's a little run, I sprinkled a little bit here, there in GDC because I was just like, maybe if I could catch one short run before Finger and GTI run, and I could go back and buy a bunch more at these prices. So I'm just telling you guys what I'm doing. I don't have much information. I only have what's being shared here. But I also thought it was neat that he shared this because Ham always tells us this, remember, that it wasn't actually Roaring Kitty and retail that did it. Well, this guy doesn't know who Ham is. And he said the exact same thing. Retail was not the cause of short squeeze in GameStop. That was the narrative. Take blame away from the institutions who set up the short squeeze. So he's basically saying he believes that's exactly what's happening here. So I wanted to share that tonight because he posted a bunch on it, and just let you guys know that, you know, this might be something that happens soon. I'm not all in. I don't trust it at all that much. This is not I will be out probably next month if it doesn't run. This is a quick thing for me. Buy a few, just hope maybe I can get a little bit extra cash. And so, anyways, I wanted to share that with you guys just in case, you know, you guys are looking for some of you might want a flyer on something too. So, Onsite, you're selling at 20K if it goes that high for ZJYL. Yeah, me too. What's up, social? Yeah, I did. I already talked about the 53% revenue loss of JEF, but yeah, just real quick again, Jeffries was, Jeffries shows us that they're losing money because of Finger and all these other plays are in. That's basically what it proves. It proves that the shorts are not nonstop winning, which is one of the big arguments we keep having from people who are shilling, bashing, or depressed. And they're just like, how are they ever going to lose? They're just making money. They're not. They're losing. They're bleeding out. And the Jeffries proves that. So Wall Street Bets is looking at Bull now. Wow. Okay. Well, you know, Wall Street Bets is actually run by hedge funds. They took it over after GameStop. So that's why they won't allow you to talk about certain meme stocks anymore. They've blocked it because it's actually run by hedge funds. Nobody knows, or very few people know that, but it is true. So if they're actually allowing it, that means they want it to be pumped. Matthew Parker, man, dude, are you serious? Thank you again, Matthew. Gosh, you're so freaking generous. I'm just unbelievable. Thank you. I will get more GTI. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, man. Some of them jumped, some jumped. Right, Rosie? Just Mike, all you left us was alone was a line. Papa was a Rolling Stone by the temptation. Was it? I don't remember that line, but I believe you, man. I haven't, hold on a second. People are... Mike, I just saw your picture. That's unbelievable. I love it. Tug, check out the post I reposted you about South Korea bankrupts. Okay, I'll go look it up right now. Papa was a Rolling Stone. I do know that part. Yeah, I don't know all the lyrics of that song. Oh, you're okay, Social. I know you'll catch up. Rubber band, man. Price of Jeffries is up to 40. I know. Isn't that crazy that the stock is not impacted despite the freaking horrible earnings? I like it. You know, I don't know. I think I could have pulled that off. You know, my arms actually did look like that about 17 years ago. Okay. I'm not going to digress anymore. That makes me sad. All right, let me see if I can find this one you just sent me. By the way, did you guys see this one? Somebody else did this, and they took multiple headshots of me, and just maybe like Nick Cage. It's unbelievable. I'm glad I'm becoming the poster face for Photoshop on Twitter all of a sudden. Pretty funny stuff. Let me see if I can find that post you had about the shorts in South Korea, man. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Okay. Towards the top. All right. So North Korea bank arrest, possibly life sentences, and families of the arrested exiled. Wow. This is huge. Oh, this is North Korea, not South Korea. But still, let's look at this. I'm like, now it doesn't surprise me. North Korea is killing everybody. Financial departments or companies, they force laborers to leave savings at the banks. Still pretty interesting. Source of the corrupt officials charge 12% interest. Wow. I can't believe North Korea is actually doing something good. That's crazy. Very interesting. I'll definitely look into that more. I'd be more excited if it was South Korea, but that's crazy. Wow. Kirsten does amazing work, by the way, guys. If you're not following her, follow her. She is so good. She puts out so much good news. Mike, it don't matter if you win by an inch or a mile, winning's winning. Dominic Toretto. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Big Dom. The only thing about the Torettos is that he can't drink a beer. Have you guys ever watch the Fast and Furious movies? He holds. I don't have a bottle with me. He cups the entire top. Like this, it's the weirdest thing. I'm like, it makes me wonder if Vin Diesel's ever had a beer in a bottle before, or just drinks cans. He's probably like a Natty Ice man. You had guns years ago too, Jack Wolf. It's all right. It happens. Mooser got Jeffries on the yep. Michigan's up 20-10. Nice. I'd stream it, but I got in trouble the other day when I even showed 5 seconds of highlights. It was not fun. But all right, well, guys, I think that's going to do it for me tonight. I don't really have much else to cover, so I'm gonna let you guys decide if you got any last questions, comments. I'll chill for a few more minutes, and then I'm gonna phase out. So you guys can also plan on seeing me tomorrow night, definitely Thursday, and also maybe Wednesday. I'm still trying to do 4-5 of these a week. Last week I think I did 4, but I skipped a lot of days I didn't think I was going to skip. So last week was kind of all over the place. But this week you'll see me definitely tomorrow, definitely Thursday, and then we'll see about the rest. But TRT lose a man flip. You know, I am on carnivore, and I started last Tuesday, and today's Monday. I'm already down 4.5 pounds. It's just awesome, and I feel great. I got some energy back. I'm sleeping better. It's crazy how fast it turns around for me. My body just loves a meat diet. It really does. David, you hold beer bottles like that too? Roger's still 62. You have your guns in a 12-pack. Okay. But you're talking about beer and guns, aren't you, Roger? I think I know what you're doing right there. Dom drinks Zima in real life, really? So he's the one? Is he the only reason they're still around? Because nobody else drinks Zima. That's too funny. Zima. Oh, my God. That's an old, college drink, man. That's crazy. That's so funny. All right. Well, I'm not seeing anything come in. I'm going to sign off then, guys. Love you guys. And then, yeah, I'll sign off for most of you guys. If anybody else wants to stay, somebody asked me earlier just to like before leaving, just hold a quick little prayer over everything. So I'll just do that real quick. And if you know, the rest of you guys can leave before, but let's do it real quick and head out. Cause you know what? I believe prayer works, and I believe it's necessary and good, and helping us in craziness like this. So if you believe in God, here we go. So God, Father, we love you, Lord, and God, I just pray for blessings over what we're going through, Lord. And I pray that you would just let justice come through for your people and for the good people of the world, Lord, who just have been screwed over for so long. And I pray that this year, as everything comes to a head, that would be used to bring everything out better. And that just everybody here would profit from being taking the risk to go after this. So we thank you in Jesus' name, amen. And there you go, I did it. All right, guys, you guys are the best. You just got 525 shares of GTII, Clark. Nice. Thomas, Ace is a wise choice to get XRP or crypto on blockchain. I do think certain cryptos are very wise. I think Bitcoin is a winner. And I used to really 100% believe in XRP, but now I feel like I need to do some extra digging into it because of some things I've heard. So I still think XRP is going to be awesome, but I'm not 100% there yet. The ones as we're winning. Amen, brother. Dogs back-to-back down 90%. GTI can't trade dividend. What a nightmare this turned into. Hard to stay positive. Sorry, dogs. But, we got to fight. That's what we got to do. So, all right, guys. I appreciate you all so much. Amen. God bless. And I'm going to see you guys real soon. Tomorrow night. Have a great day. And let's just believe for a better day tomorrow. And, hey, if it goes lower, maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to scoop up some at bigger numbers than we could have otherwise. It's just one way to look at it. So anyways, I still believe we're winning, and that hasn't changed. So God bless you guys. Have a great night. We'll see ya.